30K, Ryan Baker. Ryan, are you on?
Hey, what's up? Thank you all so much for inviting me to the Motivational Monday call. I see the participants are blowing up. 573 right now. Incredible. So let's keep pushing. Send out one more text to your tab team. Let them know. Say, hey, the event, the call, Motivational Monday, getting started. Not going to want to miss it. So really, let's take the next 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and let's really just get focused in. Get focused in on our Monday. Get focused in on our week. Get your notebooks out. Get your pens out. Ready to take some notes. Because, every time I do a training, my goal is to get some nuggets into your notebook. And then, of course, my goal is for you to get those nuggets into as many other people's notebooks as you possibly can, right? It's always teach to teach and teach more people to teach more people. But let me get started with my story, okay? Because I know we got so much movement in the marketing plan. It's absolutely incredible. So I know we got new Get team on the call. I know we got new Mill team on the call. I know we got new Presidents team on the call. And it's just absolutely incredible. So my name's Ryan Baker. I'm a senior executive, 30K Presidents team member out of Zanesville, Ohio. And I've been in the business for 11 years, going on 12. And, but I'm actually a second generation Herbalifer. So I grew up drinking the shakes, loving the products. I actually had my first shake at 9 years old. But all throughout high school, college, I never even thought about Herbalife being my career, even though I was in love with the products. It wasn't until after I graduated, got my degree, and it's like, okay, what do I do now, right? And, thankfully, my dad was a yes to this Herbalife opportunity, before I was. And really, I was always raised with that entrepreneur mindset, that leadership attitude, that championship attitude. And I knew I wanted to be my own boss, right? So right out of college, the first thing I did was started an all-star cheerleading gym because, yes, I was a cheerleader through high school and college. It was awesome, taught me a lot of lessons, but and the business was awesome too, but there was a point in time where I was looking for something more to do through the day, right? Because my business wasn't starting until the afternoon. And I was like talking to my dad one day and I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to go find a job, something to do through the day. And he looked at me and said, you know what, Ryan, if I was you, I wouldn't even think about finding a job. I would just get started with your Herbalife business, right? And I'm so thankful he said that day. And I said, okay, what do I got to do? Because I saw the success that he has had with the business. And I was like, okay, I want this. What can I do as well? And he said, go to the events, plug into the trainings, right? If you're taking notes, get this in your notes. Go to the events, plug into the trainings, listen to the leadership. And then he said, get to work, right? And that's exactly what I did. So I got to my very first event and I saw all these people that were getting amazing results on the product. I saw all these people that were making awesome incomes, part-time, full-time. And me, I'm a broke college student sitting in the back of the room and I'm hearing the stories and I'm seeing the incomes. And this was actually like, even though I knew about Herbalife growing up, this was my first event where I listened to it with like an open ear of the business opportunity, right? And I said, right after my first event, I made the decision. Okay, if you're taking notes, make the decision. I made the decision that I was going to go to President's team, right? I never played lightly in anything that I do. I'm always striving to go to, the top and whatever it is, right? So I made the decision. I'm going to President's team. And you know what I was excited about? I saw all these people that were having success in Herbalife, and I knew that my success was dependent on me. I knew that I was the variable, right? I knew that I was the one that was going to get to determine how hard I worked or how hard I didn't work, right? It was all up to me. And that made me smile because I was like, yes, I got this, right? And my belief became instantaneous almost. Like, yes, I'm going to president's team. I'm going to president's team. I'm going to president's team. And I just kept saying this. And I was so excited about it that like my circle of influence, people around me, some of my friends that didn't even know what Herbalife was yet, they were like, what's president's team? You're excited about it. I want to go with you. Right. And so my excitement was contagious in the beginning. And, you know, long story short, because this isn't about me, this is about getting some training in. You know, people ask me all the time, Ryan, what have you done to become, you know, successful and build the business you have? And get this one word in your notes, you know, consistency. It's just every single day using the products, wearing the brand, talking to people, one foot in front of the other every single day, you know, and you work at it long enough, hard enough, you get there, right? And it's just been an absolutely incredible journey. You know, a lot of you know me for like weight loss challenges, or I mean, not weight loss challenges, nutrition clubs now, but like when I first got started, I didn't have any nutrition clubs, right? It was weight loss challenges. It was working from home. It was getting out there and doing wellness evaluations. And literally I was starting weight loss challenges anywhere and everywhere I could, right? And that's really what built up my customer base. That's what build up my team in the beginning, right? And that was the first thing that I duplicated because I quickly figured out this business is all about duplication, right? So get that in your notes too. So the first thing I duplicated was the weight loss challenges, and those were going incredible. You know, I remember having 5, 6, 7, 8 challenges going on simultaneously at different areas and things like that. And I was thinking, okay, well, imagine if I open up a nutrition club where I'm working at, you know, every single day for multiple hours. I can invite people in every single day. And that's when we opened up our first club. And since then, it's been incredible, right? We've opened up lots and lots of clubs. And Herbalife is such an incredible opportunity. I'm so thankful. Again, my dad was a yes to the opportunity and then showed me the opportunity, you know. And I want to tell you one more nugget about my story before we get started is like, you know, if you're building this opportunity for your kids, like I'm living proof that it is possible and you can do it. And like, you know, my dad was my sponsor and unfortunately he's no longer with us, passed away in November of 2014, but his legacy lives on through his Herbalife business, right? And that's why I wear the 2 President's Team pins because, you know, his organization lives on and then I'm still, you know, rocking my organization as well. But I want to get some things in your notes, okay? So we got a list of 10, okay? Because I love training in some lists. And again, too, like I know this is the tab team and above. And so like the thing is like, I want you to get this training into your notes, right? And then maybe on your next team call where it's, you know, your supervisors, your world teams and things like that, like let's train on some of these things, okay? Because these things I feel are just helping my organization grow. And so I feel they can help your organization grow. So let's get started. So number 1, okay? Reinvention of yourself, okay? I once heard this at a training. I think it was Heather Schwartz that did it, but reinvention of yourself, okay? So this is in Herbalife is the perfect opportunity to reinvent yourself. You know, you become the person you want to become the leader you want to become, get the results you want to get, right? Like you can reinvent yourself starting from today forward, okay? And what I mean by that is like, you know, every once in a while you might need to do like a reset, like, okay, I've been getting into this routine. This routine is you know, not necessarily growing my royalties as fast as I want to go. And what you might need to do is just give yourself a reset button and like start over. Is like, you know, what if I was a brand new distributor today? How hard would I be working to gain my first customer, to gain my first distributor, right? And so sometimes, you know, you got to push the reset button and then reinvent. You know, you can reinvent your lifestyle and the life that you want to live. And Herbalife is the perfect opportunity to do that. And then another thing I want you to get in your notes is don't beat yourself up for what you haven't done. Okay. So that's in the past. Okay. So maybe you're sitting there thinking, oh man, I could have done my follow-ups better. I could have done more invites. I could have done this. It's okay. No problem. From this day forward, let's learn upon that. Let's reinvent, let's reset, and let's go at it even stronger in the future, okay? So that was number 1. Number 2, the power of active world team, okay? Active World Team needs to be a focus, I believe, in your organization. It's definitely a focus for me and my organization. And, of course, even us as leaders, you got to be hitting Active World Team every single month, right? Or, I mean, not every single month, but every single year. That shows the consistency. Even as a leader and a Pres team member, you want to be hitting that Active World Team every single year. But then check this out too, like how many lines of Active World Team can you get in a year, right? I don't know if you all watched it, but they had the stars recognition at the top of the My Herbalife page. And I mean, you were seeing the stars and the recognition. And I mean, that stuff is incredible. And that stuff is what grows your business. Like I remember when I was like, mill team going into Pres and things like that. Like I was severely focused on the Active World Team stars, right? And getting those stars, building the royalties, right? Because that's showing that you are in fact duplication and duplicating. And then of course too, you got to be focusing on the stones, the 3 stones, the 5 stones, the 7 stones, the 10 stones. I believe they're going to even come out with new ones, like, because there's so many people going for more stones than 10, right? But the thing is, like, how many stones do you have right now? How many stones do you want to have by the end of the year? And then, you got to be setting your goals for this stuff and building your Active World Team lines, building your stone lines, okay? Make this a major focus in your business. Number 3, eliminate distractions. Eliminate distractions, okay? Eliminate distractions and eliminate time wasters, because like now is the time. Like Herbalife is growing so fast. Y'all are seeing the marketing plan recognition that we're doing, and it is just unbelievable, the amount of new Get team members, the amount of new Mill team members, the amount of new President's team members, right? Absolutely incredible. So like, are you going to take advantage of this time and this momentum, or are you going to continue to have time wasters and distractions throughout your day that are holding you back from your goals, that are holding you back from building that legacy, for your family or whatever it might be, okay? And then another important thing is too, as you start like moving up the marketing plan, okay, I know this is tab team and above, so as we start like making more money and things, don't pick up new distractions and things with the extra money that you're making, right? Let's stay focused on the business. And think about this, like, what's more important, building a legacy for your family or binge watching an entire season of something on Netflix? Or what's more important, again, building a financial wall around your family or scrolling on TikTok for 2-3 hours a day, right? And so like, think about this, and when you're going through your day today and you're doing something, say, wow, is what I'm doing right now a distraction? Is what I'm doing right now a time waster? Or is what I'm doing right now an income producing activity that's going to build my business and get me further closer to my goals, right? So that was number 3. Number 4, get the highest level of Herbalife education that you possibly can, right? And again, I know I'm talking to the tab team, but I want you to, again, preach this to your team, but get the highest level of Herbalife education you can, and it's for your customers and it's for your distributors. And what I realize is, like, any profession that you're in, usually the highest educated people in that area tend to make the most money, right? The ones that are teachers and masters of their craft, right, tend to make the most money. So I always say, get the highest Herbalife education that you possibly can. Yeah, I saw in the chat, get that PhD, professional Herbalife distributor, right? Know it's for your team, know it's for your customer. And, when you got the knowledge that is going to give you the confidence to become the teacher and the confidence to become the leader, because you know what to do, right? And of course, we get that education by plugging in to all the events, all the trainings, all the motivational Mondays, everything that we can, so we can just soak it all up, right? And that brings us into number 5, 10,000 hours to master your art, right? Or master your craft or master your business. It's once said you know, it takes 10,000 hours to really master something. Okay. So how many hours are you really putting into your business every single day? Right. And now, you know, say if you wanted to get 10,000 hours in, okay, 10,000 hours of, we'll call it practice, right? If you did 2 hours a day, it would still take you 13.69 years. 4 hours a day, 6.84 years, right? So like, think about this as you're going throughout your day, because we all got the same 24 hours in a day, but it's like, okay, how much time am I really spending on my business? Now, here's a very important key too. It's not necessarily the hours you're putting in, it's what you're putting into the hours, okay? Because you're seeing it in the marketing plan. People are freaking flying up quickly, you know what I mean? And they may have, you know, a lot less hours than some other people, but it's what they're putting into the hours, and then they're doing it consistently over and over and over and over and over again. You know, it's so crazy that people will you know, wake up every day and go work 8 hours at a normal job to work on someone else's goals and dreams, but then you ask them to sacrifice 2 hours a day of maybe, you know, distractions that they could to spend on their business. And sometimes it's like pulling teeth, you know what I mean? But it's like, hey, we just got to stay focused and do what we need to do and get our time in, and then put, when you got an hour, when you got a half hour and you're focused on your business, like, see how much you can get done in that time, right? See how much you can get done. So important. And then also too, Jim Rohn always says, don't spend major time on minor things, right? Don't spend major time on minor things. So I want you to get that into your notes too, because time management is definitely an important part of the business, right? Okay, number 6, 90-day plans. You got to be rocking your 90-day plan. Your team has to be rocking your 90-day plan. They got to be clear on what to do in their 90-day plan. And then it's got to be a no matter what plan, right? Especially for you, the tab team, right? Wanting to get, you know, to the next level, whether it's mill team, whether it's president's team, or it's the president's team wanting to get to more Ks or more diamonds, right? It's all about having a plan, sticking to it, following through, right? So important. And then one thing that I found too, and is have a plan B schedule. Okay, so you're doing your 90-day plan and everything, and you know, you're going to be scheduling wellness evaluations, you're going to be scheduling HOMs, all these different things. So let's say, for an example, if you have a wellness evaluation at the club, and that wellness evaluation, like, you're sitting there at the club waiting on them, no problem, right? And they cancel in the last minute, right? You can either sit there and say, okay, well, my wellness evaluation canceled. I have an extra 30 minutes that I can just hang out here and scroll on my phone and watch TikToks. Or you can have the mindset of, I got an extra 30 minutes. I can get some follow-ups done. I can go across the street and do some more invites. I can you know, call a couple of clients, whatever it might be. You need to have a plan B in case plan A in your schedule falls through, right? So important. That way you're as productive as you possibly can be in your hours you're allowing for the business, right? Okay, so next, build 5 plan. Okay, so minimum monthly goals, 5,000 document volume, I say, is like a minimum. Okay, and then 5 frontline minimum. Like, okay, so I feel like people have the volume's easy for a lot of people. Okay, I see people crushing 5,000. They need 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever it might be. But the recruiting side, okay, let's step it up on the recruiting side, and let's step it up with our intentions for recruiting and sharing this amazing business with people, right? And so, you know, of course, you always want to have documented volume goals for yourself every single month, and you want to have recruiting goals for yourself every single month, okay? Because if you don't have the goals set, you're not going to hit anything, right? I mean, it's going to be like a random distributor here, a random distributor there. just when they're like falling into your lap. But if you have intentions of like, hey, I'm going to find 5 distributors this month, right? That means you're out there planting those seeds to find those 5 distributors, having those conversations to find those 5 distributors, doing the presentations to find those 5 distributors, right? And then like, think about this, okay? And of course, I never say like, I don't want anyone being like, used car salesman, over pushy or anything like that. But let's have the example. If you did work at a car lot or something, they would probably at least require you to sell at least 1 car a month, right? Well, why don't you set the same standards for yourself and with distributors? Like, how many distributors am I going to set myself a requirement that I need to sign up every single month? You know what I mean? Because you are your own boss. So you need to set those goals, and you need to set, what you need to do each and every single month. So that was number 7. Number 8, stay plugged in, stay relevant. Okay. You got to stay plugged in. You got to stay relevant. Again, preach this to your team to be on every single call. Even though like they're virtual, so they're easy to plug into, right? They can plug in from their phone anywhere that they're at. Okay. So we just need to do our best to promote the events, stay plugged in ourselves, keep people plugged in, and stay relevant for everything that's going on. Okay. And then of course too, qualify for everything. You got to get that in your notes. Qualify for everything. Because I just feel that's an important part of the business, and going for the promotions is what causes you to stretch and go further than you've maybe thought about going, right? It's setting the goals for you. Okay. So of course, go for all the promotions as goals, and then set your own goals as well. Number 9, take responsibility for the growth of your own business. Like, again, remember when I was telling my story in the beginning, I was so excited about the business opportunity and about getting a presidency, because I knew I was responsible. I knew I was the variable. I knew I was the person that was going to be working the hardest towards it, right? Because I feel like, there's some people in Herbalife that are like, oh, I hope, I wish and pray I sponsor the next person that just like, is the rock star and takes me to the next level, right? Like, I hope, I wish and I pray I sponsor the next Enrique, or I hope and wish and pray I sponsor the next Garen Jones, or I hope, I wish and pray I sponsor the next Jeff and Lori Kays, whatever it might be, right? But it's like, don't hope and wish and pray. Like, be that person yourself. Be that leader yourself. Be the rock star in your organization, right? That's the mindset that you want to have. And you got to take full responsibility for it, and don't wait on others to get you there, right? And the thing is, you get out there, you work like crazy, you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get everything you want, right? Everything you want. So get out there and work like crazy. And then another thing I want you to get in your notes before I go on to the last one is business coach and health coach, right? And you got to be doing both of them. You got to have your group of people that you're health coaching every single day, but you got to have your group of leaders and royalty builders that you're business coaching every single day on next steps, right? Okay, so number 10, ask yourself this every single day, okay? And when you're doing things, is what you are doing going to bring health, wealth, and time freedom? Okay, I'll say it again. Is what you are doing going to bring health, wealth, and time freedom? Okay, and I want you to have intentions throughout your day of doing activities that bring those 3 things to your life, right? Eliminate the time wasters and the distractions, and do things that are going to bring these 3 things to your life, because really, like, I feel your success is determined by your daily habits, right? Success is determined by the daily habits. So what are your daily habits looking like? Okay. And so when we're going throughout our day, maybe today, when we're going throughout our week, today, let's maybe see how many time wasters we got. Let's see how many distractions we got, and let's see what we're doing that's not bringing wealth, health, and time freedom to our life. And then we just need to replace those with good habits and activities that grow your business, that get you the results that you want. Okay. And so like I gave you 10 things. Okay. And now I don't want this training to stop in your notebook. I want the training to go to others' notebooks and then to others' notebooks and then to others' notebooks, right? Because that's what this business is all about, is duplication. It's like, okay, so now we saw Ryan do the presentation. Awesome. I'm going to take that presentation, make it my own, maybe make it exactly the same, and then deliver it to the team so that they can start growing also, right? I'm telling you, like, the only reason I'm a great trainer is because I listen when I'm at the trainings. You know what I mean? Like, I listen when I'm at the trainings, and like all the stuff that I train on, I've heard before. People that have come before me, that have laid the road, that have showed the way, you know, and I listen to the trainings and I make those trainings my own, and then I deliver those. And then I want you to get the same trainings in your notebooks and then share it with as many people as you possibly can so that this company can blow up to 10 billion, 20 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion, whatever we're going for. Let's absolutely kill it. And it's end of month, final day in the month. So you know what to do. Close it out strong, finish it strong. And the next Motivational Monday call is going to be September 14th. So get that into your notebook, September 14th. Into your notebook, and it's going to be senior executive 30K presidency member Michael Katz, and we're fired up about him because he is just a legend, and we love him. So again, thank you all so much for tuning into the Motivational Monday. I'm gonna throw it back to Ramses. Take it away, brother.